What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another great outdoors video. Today I'm finding an area, build a log cabin. I know I promised that last time, but today I think it's time to follow through. So right now, just parked the Jeep. We're at this little end of a logging road and gonna hike into the woods a little bit, see if I can't find a good spot. I don't know if this is gonna be the spot that I'm gonna pick. I have a couple other options, so we'll have to wait and see there. But yeah, let's go see what we can find. All right, guys, just a little update there. We're making our way, so we know that's what I'm hiking through. It's a bit thicker than I would have hoped, but it's okay. I'm trying to get a little bit closer to the river before I set up some spot for camp. There's a couple nice spots back there, but obviously you want to be a little closer to the river. That way I can access it whenever I want. So we're gonna keep going, hope for the best. One thing I'll say at this point is, if you're ever hiking in the woods in an unknown area, make sure you bring some flagging tape. I forgot mine and I'm regretting it. So yeah, always make sure you have some flagging tape. Mark your trail so that you know where you're going. All right, guys, made it to the mouth of the river. It's a pretty good spot. I mean, I'm in between two big pools, so that's kind of what I want. Looks like a good area for some fishing. I'm hoping so. It's kind of hard to tell with how high the water is, so we'll have to wait and see. I'll set up camp here anyway, just so that you see. That is what I was hiking through. A lot of dead trees around. We just had a storm go by, so I think that might have helped it out quite a bit. But even then, super thick brush. I only have my axe with me. I'm really wishing I would have brought my machete by now, because it would have made it a lot easier to clear a bit of a trail. I got about halfway down here, lost my phone. Thank God for the Apple Watch and find my iPhone, or else I would have probably been screwed. So I had to go back, grab it, and then make my way back down here. So it is a really nice spot. I'm kind of liking it. So yeah, I'm gonna hike back up in the woods a little bit more so I can get a little bit less damp ground, and I'll find some flat area to make my camp. Hopefully try and make a little bit of the trail on my way back too, because I just wanted to find this place first, but now I need to make sure I can actually get here. So yeah, so I'll see you in a little bit when I find an area. All right, not making too bad. Got a little bit of a trail going. Nothing crazy, but I'm making some good work. About 1.5 kilometers from the river, which isn't too bad. I'm on a bit of flat land here, but I'd like to get up a little bit higher. We're still about 6 kilometers from the road, so still gotta make quite a bit of a journey. It is 11 o'clock, so I was hoping to start construction by now, but at the same time, I'd like to actually be able to get down here. So even if that means a couple layers off the cabin, I can still at least get here, which is huge. There was a spot probably another 1.5 kilometers up that was very open. Saves me from clearing a bunch of trees. The only downside was it seemed pretty rocky. So I'm going to try and go up around that area. And if I find a flat spot that doesn't have much bush to it, then should be okay. But if not, I'll try and head in that direction. But if you can see, this is kind of what I'm working with. There's a bit of a game trail, but nothing close to where I want it to be. So got to keep pushing. And yeah, I'll check in a little bit. So just so you guys get a bit of an idea of what's going on, I'm just getting back onto that trail, the one I made coming down. But if you look behind me, that's what I'm trekking through. You can kind of see back a little bit where I ended my trail, but I'm currently standing on a down tree about 4 feet off the ground. And all around me is just covered with ferns and spruce trees. So it's definitely difficult. I think what I'm gonna do, I have a good enough trail a little further down. Right here is still a little rough. I'll get back on the trail that I originally made and look to start building my cabin, and then I can come back here another day and build this trail a little bit better. One thing, it said it was going to be like -10 today, and it's definitely cold, but I think I overdressed. So I want to try and lose this pack as quick as possible. That's my main reason for leaving the trail, and yeah, try to get this jacket off and maybe have a sip of water and then get to building this. So I'll see you when we get to the campsite there. All right, guys, I mean, it's my area. This is probably the only way I'm gonna build it. It opens up a whole bunch over there. It's less rocky on this side though, so I think this is where I'm gonna stick to it. Got a couple trees to get rid of. Gonna lose those 2 ferns. But yeah, sorry for no video during that hike, but it was a lot harder and thicker than I thought it was gonna be. So just kind of had to get through it and hope for the best. But I'll give you a bit more tree cutting and stuff on this side because I have a little bit more of an open area to actually show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna try and make this a pretty good size. I'm not really sure. Gotta try and find a bunch of trees. There was quite a few down back. Again, don't want to hike through all what I just did, so I'm sure I can find some more in the area. And yeah, I'm gonna stop, have a drink of water really quick, and then I'll get right back to it. All right, guys, cut those trees down. Got a bit extra space there now. Can kind of see where I'm gonna start to build that cabin. So I'm thinking of putting the door right here, having that whole thing be in the cabin back there. Should be pretty spacious. Definitely will be good to have a couple people in there. Shouldn't be that big of a problem. I just have to wait and kind of see how these logs will sit on this uneven ground. Shouldn't be too big of a deal because I could always put stuff underneath it, help level it out a little bit, and then if there's any holes in the bottom, I could always fill that up with some mud or something like that in the spring. So shouldn't be too bad. I just got this new saw. It's making easy work of these trees. Very happy. Don't have to rely so much on the hatchet, which was very nice and will probably save me a bit of work. So yeah, now I gotta try and find some big trees, can set down in some really nice solid base, and then I'll keep moving along and start building a couple tiers. All right, guys, making a bit of headway. Got a couple logs down there. Got probably 5 or 6. Enough to make this the first base there. Shouldn't be too bad. Don't think I'm gonna cut many more down today. The handsaw there, it's getting a little bit harder cutting those big logs down. So I might come down back here with like a battery operated saw or something and cut a couple more down, start building it up. I did some measurements and it looks like I'm gonna need about 60 of them. So definitely don't want to do 60 of them by hand. Sun just started coming out, so I think what I'm gonna do, build myself a little fireplace and make some dinner. So yeah, it's about 1:30. So been out here for a little bit, not too long, but the hiking part definitely took up most of the day. So yeah, I'll get some videos here of me making this fireplace and see you in a bit. All right, guys, got a nice fireplace built there. It's not too bad, good depth to it. It kind of sits nice in that little area behind that broken tree there. Now time to start a fire and cook up some lunch. All right, guys, I got the old man's beard in the fireplace. Got my flint and steel. We'll try and get this a couple whacks. I didn't bring a lighter with me today, so if I can't get this to light, it is pretty windy, so I don't really know, but if I can't get this to light, then we'll go without the lunch for today. It is 3 o'clock, so it's getting a little cold, so. All right, guys, got the old man's beard in there. Having a bit of trouble getting it lit, so we're gonna try a not so great way of getting a fire started and see how it goes. Okay. All right, guys, got the fire lit off camera. It was a little bit more difficult. Had to add a little bit of mama's cotton balls soaked in a little bit of alcohol, so they caught pretty quick. And yeah, we'll get this all stacked up and ready. All right, gave up on the fire. Nothing's really staying too lit. Everything's still pretty wet from when we had the snow, so that's what I'll blame it on. I mean, I'm not a fire expert, so could have just been me as well, but oh well, is what it is. What I do have is a bit of pepperoni. I'll sit down and have a snack, and then it's about 3:30, so probably build the first tier of the log cabin, and then look to head back. I still got about a 2-kilometer trek, so it's gonna be a bit of a walk back, and it's getting pretty cold, so that sun tucked away and temperatures dropping big time. So I'll let you know when I have my first tier done. All right, guys. So, got the bottom layer of the camp done. As you can see, it's more like square. Not too bad. I'd say it's about, let's go with about 11.5 feet around. Not too bad. Should be okay. You're looking to put a couple bunks in here and stuff, so I don't want a ton of space, but I want enough where we can kind of hang out and chill in here. Should be a pretty cool little spot. As you can see, I got the first layer done. I don't know how much of that you saw, but I had to carve some channels so that the wood sat a little further down. I might have to make them a little deeper. I'm not really sure yet. Got to wait and see what the next set of boards looks like. But I'm getting kind of tired, and the weather is getting worse. It's getting pretty cold. I'd say it's about -8 now. Had to put my second sweater on, and it's getting pretty cold. But as you can see, over there's the fireplace. My bag and stuff's over there. And then I'm standing technically in the center of it now, so it's not too bad. It's definitely going to take a bit of time, but I think with that battery-operated saw, it'll make this go a little bit quicker. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. As you might be able to see, the stumps and stuff there, they're in the center of my camp, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get rid of them. Just next time I'm down here, I'm going to have to bring a shovel, something like that, so I can kind of beat them out and smooth up the ground a little bit, because it's not very flat. But we could always also add a couple sticks down as a floor if we need to. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, I'm going to pack up my bag, and I'll talk to you before I go. All right, guys, get the pack all packed up. Still a little bit of debris on the ground and stuff, but nothing I can't clean on the next day. Got a good start on the frame. I mean, it's only one layer, but at least now I can see what's going on. Once I get the other saw and come out here again and can actually get to work a little bit more. Got my little fireplace built and everything. So it was a pretty successful day. Got to see how far out the river was. It is a little further than I would have liked, and it's kind of hard to get down there, but that we can tackle that another day and get a good trail down there. So yeah, well, this was day one of the cabin. I'll see you at the Jeep. All right, guys, that's gonna be a wrap up on today. Just got back to the Jeep. Wasn't too bad of a day. Found the fishing hole I was looking for, and was able to build that first section of that log cabin, which is always good. I'll have to come back another day, get a bit more work done to it, maybe have an extra hand, and yeah, start getting some stages on. It's only December, so I don't need it done till April, so I got tons of time. Probably come out sometime next week and get a bit more work done on it. We'll wait and see. It's about -10 out here now, so it's getting pretty cold. So I'm gonna call it there. Sun's gonna go down in about an hour or so. So yeah, I'll call it there, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.